Joumana, I always say if our viewers could hear what's happening before the cameras start rolling, we've been having an amazing conversation, but we're here to talk about the journey with Joumana, which was formerly, wow, Women on Women. Why the change?
Well, you know, I think that we just got so into all the different topics, and it was just so limited to just focus only on women's issues. There's just single dads out there and teenagers and so many people that could benefit from a lot of our topics. And really, you know, my life has been a journey, and it's a journey that I didn't even value that much until, you know, so many friends give me feedback of like, this story really helped me and inspired me, and I'm like, you know what, here's the journey, and I want to share my journey and others, you know.
And it hasn't been easy. I mean, you talk about a lot of the daily challenges that a lot of people go through. We're just talking about single motherhood, which is something that I can absolutely relate to. And while there are the joys of being a single mom, it's hard. It's hard. So how do you get into those topics and kind of just flesh it out for
so
people?
many. That's what I'm saying. There's so many topics, and I'm just fortunate enough to have some really insightful and fun guests that you know, there's just so much to just get, you know, out of their experiences and their humility of their mistakes and what they do different and how they would advise others. And, you know, there are topics that everybody could relate with. And
Talk
like
to us about what you're working on now, like recent topics.
Recent topics. So I know that we did an episode on forgiveness and how important that is.
Oh, that's hard.
And it was really actually so fun. Like we played a game about like, you know, different, you know, scenarios and, you know, how would you forgive? And we did a really intense one about being a single mother of a boy, raising a boy alone.
Okay.
And all the things that come with that.
So you get really deep into these discussions. They're not very broad-based.
No.
And I did notice, watching a few of the videos, they're very provocative and they're very compelling, like totally no holds barred.
I gotta say, I've got some great guests.
Yes.
You know, I really have gotten lucky with some really fun, honest guests. I mean, we have one that's coming up that we were about to shoot with a guy who's like an internet cop, and I've just watched so much of his like video blogs, and you know, he speaks to schools, and he's just got all this insight on all the websites and apps that our kids are on. And, you know, kind of giving us the insight, and he's got a different approach where he's not saying, you know, get your kids off that. He's saying, let them have fun. This is what you need to watch out for. So it's kind of cool. Like,
I really like that kind of insight. Here's something that I run across a lot of times, and I'm pretty sure you do. People kind of take a look at you. They see that you're successful, and they see that, you know, you're on this really great show. You have these really great guests, and they're just like, why should I pay attention to her journey? Like, she's had it good. What do you want to tell viewers? It's just like, you know, don't let the package fool you. You know, everybody has their journey.
Boy, if I had like a nickel for every time someone's gotten to know me and just said like, wow, I didn't realize you've been through so much. I'd probably be able to like buy the whole like, I don't know, Manhattan.
And that's the important part, I would imagine, of the show. Because that's what I get out of it, is I watch it and I'm just like, you know what, I'm not alone.
No.
There are other people that are experiencing these types of things, or even things that I'm just like, well, I'm happy I'm not going through that.
That's our whole goal with the show too, is to make sure that our topics are relatable, are, you know, something people could walk away and, you know, gain some knowledge from. Something like, I'm the worst TV watcher. I'll flip through anything. And I always think, like, what would I stop? What would catch my attention? You know, and make me like go, you know, what are they talking about? So that's how we really base it.
So now this is about your life. This is about your journey. Things that you've learned. What are you learning along this journey?
I've never stopped learning. They always say, what? When you stop learning, you're dead.
You're dead. Yeah.
But I think, you know, there's just so much of me in the past, like I'd say 10 years of my life, that I don't even, like, I always try to say, what would I say to that girl 10 years ago? What advice would I give her?
Sure.
And that's how, you know, sometimes I will, like when I go speak at schools or whatever, that's the kind of advice I try to give, because it's real and it's stuff that I really had gone through. And it takes a point where you've got to just be humble and accountable. You know, everyone wants to blame others in their lives for things that went wrong. And no matter what it is, no matter how bad that situation was, there's a lot of accountability and a lot of like reflection that takes place. And that's part of the journey. So
I absolutely love the message. This is the message that we'll hear throughout Journey with Joumana.
It's been a great production team to work with.
So. And it's definitely something that we'll revisit during Currents to let people know to tune in.
Absolutely.
But other than that, thank you for being
Anytime.
here.
We're going to get you on the show. So.
Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah, so tune in to watch her on the journey as well. It's going to be awesome.
I'm going to take the journey with you. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Joumana. It's been a
Sounds
pleasure.
good.
Thank you.
Thank you.